So fresh.
Yep, I'm impressed. Go ahead and flex.
Turn up.
Hi guys, so today's video is going to be another collab, and I'm going to be talking about tips for going back to high school and college. Most of these apply to both, but there's only like two that I would say apply more to college. I'm just going to give you 10 tips that I think would be really helpful in going back to school. And I'm sorry if you hear like somebody mowing the lawn or something outside, or if you hear my nephew in the background because he's just loud sometimes. But anyway, this is going to be a collab with LeiaSlay, and I'm pretty sure I'm saying her name right. I just don't like saying people's name wrong because I dislike when people say my name wrong. So hopefully I'm saying her name right. It's LeiaSlay. Now we have a link to her channel and to her video on the screen, so you guys should definitely go check her out after you watch my video because she deserves way more subscribers than she has. So you should go check out her videos and subscribe to her after you watch my video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to check out our giveaway video so you can enter and have a chance to win some cool gifts. Speaking of the giveaway, before I get into this video, I'm going to drop the goal number for our subscriber appreciation giveaway to 8,000 instead of 10,000. So hopefully you guys help us reach 8,000 subscribers and I can give you guys some cool gifts. So yeah, let's just get into the video. So I wrote my tips down on my phone because when I try to do things off the top of my head, it never works out. So I'm going to go to my notes and I'm going to start with my tips for you guys. Oh, I also forgot to mention, LeiaSlay is doing a video on tips for dating in high school. So yeah, that should be really interesting. So my first tip would be to set goals, whether that's if you want to be on the dean's list or you want to be on honor roll, you want to get all A's. No matter what it is, just set some kind of goal and start working on a way towards achieving that goal. And I think that's really good to do whether you're in high school or college, because if you have a goal set, then you have something to move toward. My second tip is to be organized. I think when you're organized, it just makes your life easier. You don't get as frustrated and you don't get as flustered when you're trying to do things. Like if you're organized, I would say get a planner, plan your time out, and it'll make your life a lot easier. Have your classes in separate notebooks or separate binders. Just try to keep everything together, and the more organized you are, the less stressed out you will be, I guarantee it. My third tip would be make time for relaxation, to have fun, and just take care of yourself. Because if you're stressing out all the time and all you focus on is school, and you never take a break to just relax and sit down to watch TV, to go out with some friends, then you're gonna go crazy, and eventually you're just not gonna be motivated to do anything anymore. I think this especially goes for college because it's so easy to get stressed out and overwhelmed. Really easy to do it because I did it when I was in college. So I would say make time for yourself, make time to just sit down, even if it's just taking a nap or watching a YouTube video. Make time for yourself, because if you don't, then you're going to regret it and you're going to be stressed and you're going to be frustrated, and it'll just pay off in the long run if you just make a little bit of time for yourself. My fourth tip would be to manage your time and to get a planner, which I also said in the be organized, but getting a planner also goes with this as well. If you manage your time, then you won't be as stressed, like I said with all the other tips. Keeping your stress down, I feel is really important, especially when you're in college. For me, high school was kind of easy, but college, I kind of drove myself crazy because I really wasn't managing my time the way I should have been. So if you get a planner, then you can plan out when you want to study for one class as opposed to the other. You can manage out when to start writing a paper instead of starting things last minute, and I think that it will help a lot. So these are some tips that I could have used when I was in college that I didn't use and I wish I would have used, but I'm helping you guys now, so it's all good. My fifth tip is to make friends and widen out, which is something that I struggle with because I'm not really like an outgoing person. Like I really have to get to know somebody before I'm like really super duper friendly. Like I'm more quiet and to myself. So in high school, I think it's easier to make friends because you're kind of like with the same people all the time, like every day. Whereas in college, it's different people in all your classes and you might not see the same people all the time. But I think in both that it's important to make friends because like you never know when you're going to need a friend. Like if you miss a class and that person can help you out. And in general, it's just good to have friends, someone to socialize with, so you don't have to sit by yourself and be like a lonely loner, like on your phone texting somebody that's not there. So I think it's good to like widen out, whether that's like talking to somebody next to you in class or joining some clubs so you can, you know, meet more friends. But I think it's just good in general to widen out and be more open. And if you're like me and not really outgoing, then I always had like one good friend that I could like rely on. It was usually somebody I just sat next to in class that like would start talking to. But no matter what it is, just even if you just make one friend, I think it's always good to widen out because you never know when you're going to need help, and it's always good to have some people around that you can like rely on and just talk to sometimes. My next tip is don't study at the last minute and make time for studying, which goes along with the having a planner and managing your time. Like I would always study kind of at the last minute, like a day before a test, and it's just like if you don't know it by then, you're probably not going to know it. But that's why I'm giving you this tip. Like don't study at the last minute. Like make time for studying throughout the time, throughout like the weeks of your class. Like you usually know when your tests are, so just try to study throughout that week or like 2 weeks before. I guess it depends on you, like how you study. I just was never big on studying, so I just would always do it last minute, and it kind of just worked out for me. But like I wouldn't suggest that. Also, figure out what studying method works best for you. You might prefer writing things down on index cards. You might prefer using a highlighter in a textbook. You might want to make yourself a PowerPoint and study that way. I found that like when teachers had the information online in PowerPoint and I would just print it out and study that way, that always helped me out a lot. Like that's how I prefer to study. But just figure out what study method works best for you and study that way, because if you figure out what works best for you and you do it, then you'll be better off in the end, and you'll probably pass way more tests and be way better off than, you know, studying 2 hours before your test. So that would be my tip. My next tip would be to wear comfortable clothing or outfits. Like in college, I would see people walking around in heels and like crazy stuff, and I'm like, you're walking around a whole campus, like why do you have on heels right now? But I would say if you want to be like really cute one day and wear heels, then make sure to bring a pair of flats or something comfortable, because at some point your feet are going to start to hurt and it's not going to feel that cute anymore. Like some days when I was in college, I would want to be like cute and I would wear like a little dress or like a skirt and shirt and some like cute shorts and like a little fancy top or whatever, but it was always still comfortable. Like I was never in school feeling like uncomfortable in my outfits. So I would say like wear comfortable clothes. Like most of the time I would wear leggings and like a t-shirt or jeans and a t-shirt. Like you're going to be at school all day, you want to be comfortable, you don't want to have to wear heels and like a little bodycon dress and like, you know, I would say just be sensible, because if you're comfortable in class, then you're more focused, I think. But yes, if you want to be extra cute, then be cute, but like be sure to bring something like a cardigan, or if you're wearing heels, bring some flats with you. I would say just like plan out your outfits and be sensible, especially in college, because like most likely you're going to be walking around the whole campus, because most of your classes, unless you're like higher up, like a senior, most of the time your classes are all around and not just in one building. So that would be my tip for clothing. Next tip would be get your schedule in order, and get your sleeping habits in order before you start school. I know over the summer I stay up way late. Like sometimes I'm up till 4 o'clock in the morning, either like editing videos or just watching YouTube videos or watching TV or on Netflix. So I would say before you start school, like try to get your sleeping schedule in order, and you can do that by like every day, like setting your clock 15 minutes earlier until you get to the time you want to wake up. Like if you want to wake up at 8 in the morning, then every day set your clock back 15 minutes. Like if you usually wake up at 12, then set your alarm clock to 11:45, and then 11:30, then 11:15, and just keep going back until you reach your time, because you don't want to just go from waking up at 12 in the afternoon to waking up at 8, because you're just going to be drained and tired, and you're not going to want to get up and do anything. And if you do get up and go to class, then you're going to be tired and not paying attention. It's just not going to work out. So get your schedule in order, and a planner would also work for that too. So a planner, you should really get a planner. And I always had planners in high school and in college, and I never used them. But like I said, I'm giving these tips to you because if I would have used these tips, then it probably would have helped me out a lot, and I probably wouldn't have been as stressed as I was when I was in school. So yes. And my last tip for you guys would be to be patient and to take baby steps when you're going and choosing classes. This one is more for high school. This one is more for college, because most high schools you can't choose your classes, you're just assigned your own classes. So I would say if you're going to college, don't jump into like a really hard course just because like you want to get it done. Like try to take baby steps, go into like an easier class, and then work your way up to the harder classes, because if you start out with something really, really hard or really, really like deep in like something you don't even like, but you just want to get it out the way because you don't want to take it later, then you're not going to like it, and it's just going to end up being bad because you're not going to want to be there, and you're just going to get frustrated sitting in that class, or you're going to drop the class, which I did a couple times. Like, take your time, be patient, take classes you like, and then work your way up to the harder classes, because as you work your way up to the harder classes, then you're getting used to them getting more difficult, and then when you're in that class, it won't be as hard to adjust. And even though if you still don't want to be there, you'll be like, oh, I worked my way up to this class, so I can do it now, if that makes sense. But anyway, that's all my tips for you guys. I hope this helped you out some and that you liked this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, then please subscribe to this channel, because me and my sister really do appreciate you guys' support. And if you get us to 8,000 subscribers, then we will give you some cool gifts. So go check out our giveaway video, like I said. And also, leave me some comments down below on some video ideas. I want to do a room tour, but my room tour has been delayed for the longest time, because it's like my room is halfway done and I still need to finish. Like, I don't want to show my room right now because it's just a hot mess. I still need to get pillows and a comforter insert for my bed. Also, this wall back here behind me, I'm sure you can see it. I'm going to put some hooks over here so I can hang my purses, which are over there in a big cluster. Like, my room just needs to be complete and finished. Hopefully that will be done in the next couple months, because I really want to do a room tour for you guys, because other than my room not being completely finished, like, I really do love it. Like, I love the color. I love like the gray and silver and pink and everything together. So I'm really excited for you guys to see it whenever I get it up. So leave me some comments down below on some video ideas, and you can leave me some questions so me and my sister can possibly do a Q&A. Like, I've always wanted to do one, but nobody ever leaves us questions, and it really makes me sad because I want to do a Q&A really bad. Yeah, I think that's it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Oh my God, it's the weekend. Hands up.